Hello friends, welcome to the series of Lord Sri Krishna stories. In the previous story, we heard how did he blessed a lady by name Trivakra and turned her into a countless beauty. Let's proceed. In this story, we will listen how did he break the bow. Taking leave of Trivakra, Krishna and Balarama went forward along the high road, accepting the worship of the innumerable devoted souls who had gathered on the sides of the road just to get a glimpse of their faces. Krishna wanted to reach the place where the yaga was being conducted. He inquired of the citizens the way and proceeded in that direction. Kamsa has arranged for the sacrifice called Dhanurya, and to symbolize it, he had placed a big bow near the sacrificial altar. Krishna reached the hall and saw there the bow which was wonderful like Indra's bow. Krishna went near that bow. It was guarded by many servants of Kamsa. They tried to prevent him from touching it, but he ignored their warning. He walked straight to that big bow and lifted it with his left hand. In the twinkling of an eye, he strung the bow in the presence of a big crowd. The bow snapped at the middle into two halves, even as a sugar cane under the feet of an elephant. Thunderous applause from the huge crowd greeted this feat of strength. The sound of bow cracking filled the earth and the sky. Kamsa heard it from his palace and trembled in fear. The guards surrounding the bow were roused to anger and tried to arrest Krishna. Krishna and Balarama too became angry at this. Taking the broken pieces of the bow, they started beating the guards to death. While this turmoil was going on, Kamsa sent a small troop of soldiers to assist the caretakers. But Krishna and Balarama fought with them also and killed them all. Then coming out of the hall, both of them again went about seeing the beauty of Mathura. The citizens of Mathura now began to consider them as gods. The two brothers strolled carefree in the street, with the least fear of Kamsa. When evening came, they turned to the outskirts of the city where Nanda and others were camping. They washed their hands and feet, and after enjoying the food, they went to sleep. All the while, Kamsa was in jitters. He was stunned to hear how the mighty bow has been broken and the guards and soldiers were killed. How could he get sleep? He knew now that the eighth son of Devaki had appeared on the scene and his death was imminent. He saw many inauspicious omens in his dream. He saw various kinds of ghosts being carried in a carriage drawn by donkeys. He dreamt that someone had given him poison. He also had a dream in which he was going naked with a garland of flowers round his neck and oil smeared all over his body. It was a dreadful nightmare for him. In the early morning, Kamsa gave order for the commencement of the wrestling match. The whole of Mathura assembled there to see the great event. With a trembling heart, Kamsa sat on the royal throne, placed on a high balcony of the palace, surrounded by ministers and a number of bodyguards. Nanda and his friends, who had been invited by Kamsa, made presentations to the king and occupied one section in the gallery. Children, this is how Lord Krishna entered Mathura and had shown lot of miracles to the devotees and the people of Mathura. In the next story, we will listen to how did the elephant Kuvalai Pada was dead. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmanyai Namaha. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmanyai Namaha. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmanyai Namaha.